I've got fever, and I don't know if I can stop it. It's called transport fever too, and it's a right old bug. Right, that's enough of the bloody characters. Hello and welcome, Dr. Klumber here, and this is the first episode of Dr. Klumber Plays Transport Fever 2. And I'm gonna hope that the game doesn't crash when I switch out of OBS. It doesn't. Excellent. I could do with a 2-monitor setup. That would be nice. Hello. Yes, this is Dr. Klumber Plays Transport Fever 2, and I'm going to be talking to you a lot whilst we record all this. I don't know how long these episodes are going to be. They might well be a lot longer than I anticipate, because this game just swallows me up whole. I've just finished work, and that means that I've got time to play. I'm going to record a couple of episodes, and we're going to start right at the beginning. I have used the seed Dr. Klumber. I have used the very large square map and medium. And then we are going to go to our custom settings, and I'm going to change. I'm going to disable all the mods. I'm going to play without mods. Town names, Dutch, because you should know Dutch. And the climate, very much temperate. European vehicles, environment temperate. Yes, that sounds about right. So if you want to play this, the seed is Dr. Klumber, all one word, capital D, capital C. It's the extra large map, or the largest anyway, and it's 1x1, and it's medium, and then this. And I'm starting in 1920. I always find 1920 the most interesting year to start. There's a good variety in vehicles, and you're not relying on bloody horses carrying everything. And difficulty, I am going to start easy, because I don't want to run the risk of recording all this stuff and then ending up having to restart, because unfortunately I haven't found the perfect way to start the game yet. I think I'm getting closer, but I'm not quite there. This is going to take a while, by the way, because it's coming off a hard drive, and I didn't realize it's on a 5400 hard drive rather than my SSD, but that doesn't matter because I can chat to you anyway. So I did a couple of In Command episodes earlier today, and I really like this game, so why not just do a Let's Play? I am currently finishing off the Another Brick in the Mall Let's Play. I've had a lot of issues recording that series. I hope that doesn't occur in this series. But yeah, we will have to see. Actually, now I say that, whilst we're doing this, I'm all tabbing out. This game does like to crash. Oh yes, I am. Okay, good. Is it coming back? Yes, you won't have seen that, but I've had a lot of issues with OBS and this game crashing. So all the stuff I just said about Brick in the Mall and having difficulties playing it, yeah, they might well reoccur, but let's not worry about that too much. We will just carry on as normal. So I really like this game. I liked Transport Fever 1, the first series, but it was a bit unpolished, and it had some quirks and things that I really didn't like. And Transport Fever 2 took a lot of those quirks out. I really like, for example, that you're able to modularize your stations, so you can amend them later on without having to drag them all down and rebuild them and all that stuff. I like that you get some control over the map that you get as well. Even though you had seats in the other one, I don't think you could choose the other settings around it too much. And in general, it's just a glorious game. I know, looking at this from here, okay, there's better looking games. Don't get me wrong, there is better looking games. But then, when you're married to a lovely wife like I am, there's always better looking wives as well. It's just part of life. I hope she doesn't watch this, because I will get murdered. Right, so we have Dutch town names. Nijmegen. Or as the southerners who live there call it, Nijmegen. So you could choose Os, that's easy. Kerkrade. Yeah. You like that? Deventer, which is where my brother used to live, and Heerlen, which is also down south, and Roermond, which is down south, Bergen op Zoom, which is down south, Heerhugowaard, which is in the Randstad, Den Haag, which is in the Randstad. Ede, which is in the middle of the country. Rotterdam, which is in the Randstad. Zeist, which is in the Randstad. Doetinchem, which is in the Randstad. I think. No, it's Overijssel, something like that. Weert, which is down south. Hilversum, which is in the Randstad. And Zaanstad, which is in the Randstad. So, good. I'm Frisian. And I know for a fact that it does spawn Frisian names every now and then. But we're not getting any of those. We're not even getting Groningen, which is the city where I studied. So, good. We'll have to cope with that. What have we got? This is already a pretty good looking map. So I went for medium hill, medium water, medium forest. It's definitely not the Netherlands. I think we can all agree on that. But this looks pretty challenging already. And that is nice. That's what we like. So Herugewaard looks like a decent city to start in. Except that it is quite a long way to everything else. And there's hills in the way. But it is a reasonable sized city. It's got oil and fuel and oil. Crude oil, but no actual oil. It's got planks, a demand for planks and wood. So that's good, because that means we could make tools, which Herugewaard wants. But I like I said in my in-command off, I don't like starting with the city and industry. It just doesn't seem to work for me. Although this does look like a pretty easy road, I'm sure I'll somehow cock it up. I don't know why my phone made a noise there. Deventer and Kerkrade have the advantage of being very near to each other and also needing tools. So, if I start in Herugewaard and connect to Deventer and then connect to Kerkrade, then and they all need bricks as well. Very interesting. That's a very interesting starting position. So I would start basically... Oh, wait, we need to do something here. I would start basically with a 3-city passenger line, which is... It's going to be quite challenging getting through these hills. I might have to go around and snake through this valley here. But then there's wood there, so that doesn't actually matter. And then get to here. And then I could add industry. And then when the industry is going, the industry can feed these cities. Okay, I'm going to remember that. That's an interesting option for sure. I'm quite close to my webcam, by the way, so if I appear to be moving around a lot, unfortunately, I haven't got that much room in this room. Yeah. So then the other option here, Nijmegen, which is where the bricks come from. But do they have... No. There's no quarry nearby. I've not missed a quarry. No, so that's potentially an issue. Having said that, if we could connect this late game or mid game to a quarry, then we've got a really good... You can see Kerkrade here. We've got a really good potential to exploit this side of the map. Os, Kerkrade, Deventer. We can connect Roermond, Heel and Zaanstad and Hilversum at some point. And then at this end of the map, oh, there's bricks here as well. Yeah, the more I look at that, the more appealing that is. So Herugewaard, and there's quarries here. Yes, Herugewaard is a very strong contender to start in. Hilversum, Zaanstad. Advantage is it's a nice flat route all the way through to Heerlen. They need tools. Oh wow, that just adds weight to starting in Herugewaard. Okay, they need tools, and Heerlen is different altogether. That needs goods and fuel, machines, fuel. I don't see any options for fuel around here. Well, hang on, Herugewaard has a refinery. Oh, and look. Oh, I think the decision is made. That looks like a really good starting point for me. Weert is sort of on its own island, which is fine, but it'll just be a connecting city. Actually, later game, this island, if you like, whatever you want to call it, peninsula, offers a lot of potential for an industry base that sort of sits in the middle of the map and webs out everywhere. If you did see my in-command of, that's sort of what I did in, what was it called, Blabhausen, whatever it was. So that's interesting. And then this side of the map we've got Doetinchem, which also wants goods. There's a bit of opportunity here for food and Zeist and Den Haag. And Weert. And then there's Bergen op Zoom with its own oil supply. But there's no... Oh yeah, there's a refinery here at Rotterdam. That's appropriate. Rotterdam should have a refinery. Yeah. What I don't like here, and I'll explain why. We've got ore. We've got coal, ore, and 2 steel mills. And that's a bit of a tricky one. I think the game seeds the industry with ore and coal near a steel mill, which is fine, you know, that makes sense. So I could really easily set up a delivery to this steel factory, and boom, I've got steel. Then the temptation is to add these two to the steel mill. Actually, there's no point, because these 2 ore mines, and this is without mods, remember, but these 2 mines will keep that steel mill purring like a kitten. So actually, at that point, this coal mine, that ore mine, that ore mine, that ore mine, they become sort of superfluous. Same happens with oil as well. Oil and steel are considered good early game industries, and I agree with that entirely, because they have a continuing tree, if you like. So you get your oil, you get your crude oil, you get the refined oil, then you make your fuel, and then you supply the fuel to the cities. There's profit in that, no doubt about it. But the problem is that I've got these empty... I would use one of these wells, I wouldn't use 2 of them, and that just creates space on the map. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I think one of the problems with the base game, as currently is, the vanilla game, is that these are just producing too much. 400, too much. I don't know, is that because of easy? I don't think so. Anyway, so here Rugewaard is. I don't think there can be any doubt. And we're going to snake through this valley to Deventer, and then we're going to connect it to Kerkrade. Yeah, that's a good plan. Good. Now get going. Yes. How do I want to get up? Because I suspect, yeah, there's a hill there. I might actually be best off going along here. Yeah, along here. And then around past the sawmill. And then, is it through, or can we get over? We could get over that without too much trouble, unless there's a big dip here. No, that should work quite nicely. Look at all these trees. Very foresty. There are some forests around Deventer, but I don't think that many. So I'm going to have difficulty snaking along here and then connecting the city here. Early game, I don't want to... I was about to say I don't want to chop and change these cities too much, but that's a good opportunity for a true station, isn't it? Demolish a few houses? Yes. I've just realised it's done an autosave, so that's 10 minutes. Haha. I'm going to remember that because I want to try and keep these at half an hour. But I'm going to play at half speed for date speed. As you saw in my in command off, I wasn't in command of this game. I never knew that was an option. What that does is slow down that the time ticks by. And I always find when I play this game that I'm finally getting to a position where I can expand and build new wonderful lines and do wonderful things. And then boom, it's the 21st century, and I sort of feel like I've done everything I want to do, and I don't want that this time. So we're going to play at half time. We might speed it up again later if we need to, but I've been playing around to that setting a bit, and I prefer half time. Right, so Deventer, I don't know what this street is called, if it even has a name, but yeah, it's going. That's going to be a true station, and then it's going to connect to Kerkrade. And from Kerkrade, that's a dead end. I'm going to make Kerkrade a dead end station. I'm not actually going to bother connecting that to Nijmegen from here, because we will do that from Deventer via Os and then Nijmegen. Or maybe even directly from Deventer through the hill and do it that way. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, that decision has been made. Heerhugowaard is going to be an end station as well, because there's no point in going towards here, certainly not from the city. So yes, that's a pretty easy placement, and that actually satisfies me quite a bit, because we don't want to spend tons and tons of money early on. So passengers, we're going to start really simple with one track, 160 meters, basically because I want to occupy... What? That's good. I want to occupy the space early on, so I don't have to demolish loads of stuff later on, and I will need 160 meter stations, because I will need to expand, and that's also the reason why I'm going to choose to build sort of... What a pain. Our phone has been ringing non-stop all day. Is the estate agent bad? She's got it. Excellent. We're in the middle of trying to sell our house in coronavirus times. Yeah, I feel sorry for myself as well. This is tricky. Can we get it up slightly? Because if we immediately have to cut through that hill... no, it doesn't like it. Yeah, okay. I'm going to build it here anyway. This is already challenging as a start, because that's like a 200k dig through the soil. But that's the way it is. That's our starting point. So eventually there's going to be transport cargo capability, probably 2 passenger points into the station, and hopefully the city will grow around this station. This little road is in the way, that's got to go. So yeah. What we will do is we'll build the rail out in the direction that I indicated, and then we will rebuild a road over here as a bridge. It should be easy considering it's coming off a hill, but then nothing ever is. Right, so rail, track. C200, bam! Money out of the pocket straight away. Okay, yeah, that calls for a smoothing. I'm not going to deny it, and I'm going to stop myself from doing it. But what we will have here, hopefully, is a really simple way of going over. And we're doing that straight away because I want to encourage growth on the other side of Heerhugowaard. So there's no point in not connecting it early on. Like that. In this game also, again, if you have seen the In Command series, wonderful. If you haven't, go and have a look. I'll see if I can link them at the end of this video. But yeah, basically I want to do a bit more. My dad would say that I was drunk when I put that down, and I am drinking a beer, but I'm definitely not drunk. I'm also just hoping to manage the economy of the place a bit better, so that I can get prettier cities and stuff. In the beginning, I'm not going to worry about that at all. We just need to get a line down and then take it from there. Good, starting point made. I would love to just chop through this. It's gonna beep at me because it's the main route, etc, etc. I will be kind and put the dirt track back in. There, another 60k that cost me. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, so we've already spent over £1 million just to start in Heerhugowaard. This is going to be a bit challenging. Yes, but we are going to just slowly make our way up this hill. So we're going to use the diagonal as much as we can. I could use this very handy tool here, this one, and whenever I put it on I just get confused and think, maybe I should have done that differently. So yeah, we're gonna play it by ear. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad at all. Could do with it squeezing in a bit, but I do like keeping early game. I'm looking for at least 100 kilometers an hour whenever I can. I might not always manage that, but we've got to try. These are expensive bits of track, by the way. 162, going a bit through the hill. Am I gonna go? Yes. I don't care about the level crossing, again, early game. That'll be sorted soon enough. Then we go straight up here. Yeah. I might struggle to buy my 2 trains. I have got a bit of loan. I tend to go for 13 to 14 million build start. That's fine. And that might be difficult in this instance because that track has already cost me 3 million. Okay. And this isn't going to be cheap either, let's be honest, because when you chop down a complete town, got to make choices. We're going to do this side, yes, and then we're going to get a passenger station. Again, just 160, that's absolutely fine for this point. We will do a lot of remodeling and things like that, and I wanted to connect. This is not 2 tracks and it needs to be. I wanted to connect to the other side, but we can use a sneaky trick for that. This station, I can guarantee you now, will be rebuilt at least once in the game. But that doesn't matter, because that is part of the game. I want to have... You're not telling me... Oh, I can. Okay, good. I want to have these thingies here. Might as well put them there. And then that's the cheapest way of doing it. I'm really trying to not spend too much money on this. And then we can do that. And then the station all of a sudden connects the whole city. That's great. The problem now is that this city is cut in half. So we will have to do another bridge. But for now, I'm not going to bother. I'm going to build this back. I'll pull this across and that should be fine. Good. More track. Not had another autosave yet, so I'm going to assume this is now 15 minutes. It would be handy if I just used my phone as a timer, but it keeps talking to me for no reason. I might as well go, hey, set a timer, but no, that would be smart of me. Why are you going under? To be fair, it's not cheap, but I do like it. And we're still running single track, so that's all it costs. Yes, that's an interesting solution. Thanks, mate. I hadn't seen that. It costs a bit. We're now down to 5.5, but then you get something. Another famous Dutch expression. And we agreed that this was going to be a terminal. I'm going to terminate the line here. It might not go for everything straight away, but we'll worry about that when time to do so is necessary. So this one we're going to put in on the cheap. Yeah, that'll do. And then we will draw a line from here to here, avoiding level crossings and stuff. I don't know why I always do that, but I do. It sort of annoys me if it's not finished. Here, I'm trying to do shorter runs so that I don't have to do too much landscaping. So that bit cost me 300 earlier, and now it's just cost me 150, 200 to connect it all up. Good. So that's step 1, right? We have a railroad. Now we need stuff on the railroad, and I need to build a suitable depot. Where will we build that? I'm gonna add it here. What, with all them hills, you mad? I think we just add it here. Yeah, man. We'll actually cheekily use this to stop people building along this bit of road. Nah, that doesn't quite fit. Okay, we'll put it here. Facing that way because that's flat. We saw earlier that the tracks here are cheap. We'll just connect it up and stick a signal on. And that's that. Okay, good. Oh, Roger Dodger, bloody good job. Rah, rah, rah. We have built a railroad. We've got a depot, and we can build a line. Now, ideally, I would run 2 trains, one from Deventer to Kerkrade and one from Deventer to Herugelwaard. I don't think I can sort of afford it, and I don't think the Deventer Herugelwaard line is going to be worth a lot. So we're going to stick 1 train going back and forth, which, you know, it's as the Dutch call it, a Boemel. I will rename this later on because, again, if you saw my in command off, my naming conventions are not necessarily the best. Do we like it bright red? No. This was the 1920s, and in the 1920s we had swinging blue. I like blue better. So Boemel is a line between 2 cities with a reasonable amount of gradient, actually. Getting out of Herugelwaard is going to be quite strenuous, and then it's going down, so then again it'll have to go up to Deventer. So we do need to think about a train with a bit of punch and also enough capacity, and the trick again is finding the right balance. Now, I have learned not to skip money on the first train, so I could very easily go, oh here look, a locomotive for 730,000, which in this game is actually really cheap, does 50 kilometers an hour, yeah, it's not terrible, and then stick some wagons on, which is actually really bloody expensive, by the way. 830. I think this is a disadvantage starting in 1920 because I've lost the cheaper options. But that's just the way it is. No, I'm not going to do that. So the slow options are out, right? I don't want a slow passenger train. Passenger trains need to be quick because the passengers need to get from A to B to C as quickly as possible. 100 kilometers an hour. That's good. 3,700,000 and 2 million for 90 kilometers an hour. Traction is not that important because these wagons are massive. It's got 580 power, so this is, yeah, it's a fair balance there actually. This train is interesting because it'll get up the hill a lot better. And I am going with the 1 train start, but if I do this I have to borrow money. If I do this I can buy it just. Oh, I'll have 20k in the coffer. That's amazing. So we're going to do that. That's worked out very nicely. We're going to paint it blue because after all this is the blue line, and then we're going to tell it that you are now Boemel. Congratulations. Well, I think that worked out rather well. Let's go and have a look at Boemel. Boemel. So Boemel is a Dutch word. It might be a German word as well, actually thinking about it the way it sounds. But Boemel is a Dutch word for a train that just slaunters along from one station to the other. I think that blue is rather fetching. I would like those wheels to be a different colour. I think. I don't know. They used to paint wheels back then too. And we've got 3 wagons, which is great. And Boemel is off, and that will conclude this episode. We're going to see Boemel driving through the beautiful, it really is beautiful, countryside. It reminds me a bit of parts of Germany. Yeah, that's not a bad shout actually. Yeah. Parts of Germany, maybe by the Schwarzwald or something like that. Okay. Anyway, Boemel is going to have to make me some money. Let's see if we get any passengers. Speeding up time a bit. You know, we're going to drive on board. No level crossing. Here we go. Have we got 1, 2, 3, 4? I hope we get 4 passengers. 4 passengers in the pocket. That's going to get us at least $5,000. Yeah, so off we go. This is very exciting. We're going to run the whole line to Herugelwaard, and that will be the episode. I hope that you are going to enjoy this series, really. I know that I will like making it. I really like this game. The level of detail and the tension is enormous. I'm not using mods, and I'm doing that on purpose. I want to show the vanilla gameplay. And actually some of the mods do my head in, so like the more industry mod Yeah, great, but actually it just means I have to have 15 trains on the same line, and they get the lines me over there. The balance in that sense in the base game is pretty good. But then, of course, if I had more industry, I probably wouldn't have to deal with 6 ore mines around one steel factory. So there's gives and takes, really. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at that, we're going through this little dip that I created. But yeah, I'm going to be playing this for a long time. This series might well go on and on and on until 2020. And we're running at half speed, as you noticed. So yeah, we could be here for some time, ladies and gentlemen. But this is a joyous experience, I would say. We are rolling through the countryside at a good speed here, 90 kilometers an hour, and I think we've had the climb as well, so that's not gone that badly. Yeah, we're nearly here. Look at that. New bridge. That road looks like it's drunk. I did say that, didn't I? I'll have to redo that. And there we go. Heer Hugo Waard. Look at that beautiful Art Deco station. Let's get off the train. Bye bye Boemel. And let's not look at my account, because this is gonna take a while. But it's already carrying 42 very happy folks to Deventer. So this line I now already know is going to be profitable. My name is Dr. Klumber. This is the first episode in Let's Play Transport Fever 2. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to see you for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.